Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about a case study. This was a question that was brought to my attention the other day. I think it would be helpful for a lot of you folks who are maybe in a similar situation as this particular case study was. So, hey, my name is Chris Chana. I'm the owner of Chelsea Place Senior Care, and today we're on Senior Source TV. And so what I wanted to speak with you guys about was the other day we had a lady that reached out to us. It was a daughter. She was caring for her mom. Currently, they're both living in their home together, all under one roof, but she is unable to, care for her 24/7, 365 like she has been. And she was looking for, what are my options for my mom, when it comes to assisted living? What are my options? Her budget right now is $1,800 a month. That's all she has per month, to live. And so what do we do in a situation like that? Because if you look at the average cost of assisted living in the state of Florida, and it's not paid for by Medicaid or Medicare, but the average cost is somewhere between $3,150 and then $3,600 for the entire U.S. So somewhere in that ballpark, you're going to find that's going to be your average cost of an assisted living facility. That doesn't mean it's the best assisted living facility. That doesn't mean that's going to be the range that you're going to find. You might find places that are $4,000 and up, $5,000, $6,000. It's really going to depend on your area, your market. But the reality of it is, if you take an average cost of an assisted living facility, you're somewhere between that $3,000 and $3,600 range per month. So with an $1,800 a month budget, it's how are you going to pay for that? How are you going to pay for or find your mom or your loved one in an assisted living facility? So in this case, what I like to do is walk families through two options. At least once we go through these two options, it gives us the ability to still use assisted living as an option, as a long-term option. But we have to kind of go through a qualifying process. So first, we'll take them through, do they qualify for the VA aid and attendance? And you have to think about, so for instance, in this case right here, it's the mother. So more than likely, it'll be a surviving spouse of a veteran. That'll be the qualifier. Is this person a surviving spouse of a veteran during the wartime periods, which we talk a little bit more in depth about in another video. But if that person qualified in the wartime period and they qualify from a monetary and from the type of care that they need standpoint, then that surviving spouse of a veteran could receive up to $1,209 per month. That cost could go to cover the cost of an assisted living facility. It's paid directly to the individual, and then the individual can use that money to pay the assisted living facility. So now all of a sudden you go from a base monthly budget of $1,800 a month. You take that $1,209, you can add that on top of there. Now you're getting closer to $3,000 a month. And if you're caring for your mom, and at this point in time, hey, her care, she'll be taken care of around that price point, and then I might have to chip in a little bit, but at least I know I can help her find an assisted living facility, and this can be an affordable way to do that. Now, the VA aid and attendance is accepted by all ALFs because it's not up to the ALF to accept the aid and attendance or not. It's really up to the family to figure out whether or not they can qualify from a monetary, from a care, and another standpoint. Now, as the assisted living facility, we would be able to fill out paperwork on your behalf for the assisted living facility in regards to cost and the type of care that we provide for that person. But between that and a physician paperwork that's filled out, and then the actual application itself, working with your local VA office is going to be the best way to figure out, does my loved one qualify? So go to a local veteran services office in your area, reach out to the local VA person, find out, hey, does my mom qualify for VA aid and attendance? And if so, what are the qualifying factors? What kind of care does she need help with? What's the wartime period? They'll help you with all of these different things. They'll walk you through that process. They'll walk you through the application process. They'll make sure that you have the information that you need to see if you qualify for VA aid and attendance. Now, if your mom or your dad or your loved one does not qualify for VA aid and attendance, another alternative could be statewide Medicaid managed care. Now, this is applicable to the state of Florida, but in this case here, what could happen is if that person didn't qualify for VA aid and attendance, they could potentially qualify for this benefit. You have to reach out to your local, typically your area agency on aging, to kind of reach out to them. They're going to go through kind of a care process. Or if you go to statewide MedicaidManagedCare.com, there's going to be a 1-800 number that will connect you to the to Tallahassee, at the state level. But you're going to have to go through a financial and a type of care kind of qualifying process. If you meet those two needs, you'll typically put on a wait list. And then once you're on that wait list, then at some point in time, now they've sped up the amount of time it takes to actually go through the wait list process. However, what will happen is you'll actually get assigned, or you'll pick an insurance company like a Humana or a Sunshine. You'll pick an insurance company like that, which will be a managed care organization, and that managed care organization will now contract with certain assisted living facilities. So not every assisted living facility will be in contract with a Medicaid managed care organization, but those that are in contract with a Medicaid managed care organization, those folks would then be able to work with that local insurance company that you decide to go work with once you qualify for this program, and you could receive an additional $900 to $1,150 a month to go towards that cost of the assisted living care. So again, these are just typically the first two steps that we take after we've talked to a family that is maybe has an income level that is kind of in between skilled nursing, long-term care where it's paid fully by Medicaid, and then maybe your traditional private pay assisted living person. You kind of fall in this income gap where how do we pay for this care, because they don't need a skilled nursing facility yet. I don't want to see my loved one in that kind of institutional setting. I would love to see them in an assisted living facility. So how do we make that work? This is a great way. Let's start with the VA aid and attendance. Let's see if that person qualifies. If they do, that's a great benefit. If they don't, let's look at the Medicaid managed care program. Let's see if they qualify for that. If they don't, then we have another alternative. But for the sake of at least trying to see if we can make assisted living work, this would be the first two steps to take in that process. So I hope this was helpful for those that are in need of this. But I think this is just a great way for us to share and kind of some insight by taking you folks through some case studies of real life examples that we've walked through. So if you have any questions and you're concerned or you're confused about this whole process, please don't hesitate to give us a call. 941-677-7233. That's our senior care expert hotline. We're here to help. We want to walk you through this process, help you and find local senior resources in your area, and make sure that we kind of just help take the complexity out of this whole caring and senior care world, because it is complicated and we want to make it easy for you. And by the way, if you like this shirt, hey, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe to our YouTube page. We'd love to hear from you. If you have other questions, let us know. We're here to help, and we just thank you so much for your support. Have a fantastic day.